Hi, what I thought I'd do today is an impromptu video really. Obviously I collect vintage action men, modern action men, not a lot of 40th because I don't think the dolls look like you've bought them in Woolworths, but that's my choice. But on the other hand, uh, there are bargains out there and not everything that's sold cheap is, a knockoff or, you know, so get buy the or bid some vintage stuff, as long as you don't pay over the top for them, like outfits or and as long as they don't, like, what I do is I like look at how much a vintage Action Man was, say at Eagle Eyes Action Man or any other retailer, and then I compare it with eBay and any other auction sites. Then I get a rough value of what it is mint as vintage as possible. Then I calculate how much I want to spend or how much a 40th was, and I try to stay below the 40th price, which is quite hard if something was originally worth like £200. I like a lot of the old vintage talking Action Men, but obviously they're hard to come by, so you have to be careful. But there are bargains out there, and there's not always the argument if it's cheap or too good to be true that it's not actually a bargain. I have done videos. I'm not a fool. I do know what I'm buying, and as long as I'm not paying over the top it would cost for a 40th Action Man. Say like an outfit was £89 or something for a 40th, and you get the doll with it in the auction or something of action figures they're supposed to be. I go for it, and sometimes you do get a bargain. And if it's less than what a 40th, and they've put 40th bits in it, so be it, because you're not going to devalue really to the point of, if you're collecting, if you want to resell, yeah, maybe it's a bit different, but I want to keep my Action Men. So if something looks good and I haven't paid a fortune for it, I'm quite happy. So for example, I've got two talking well, if I can get there, well, the SAS Man. I've got a talking Action Man there with the original box. If I paid 30, what did I pay for him? I paid £40 for him. Now, if I could get a talking Action Man 40th for £40, it would be quite a bargain, because they do go for quite a bit. But I know he's not 40th because I know about his talking mechanisms, and I know about his hands, and I know, his outfit and that. And also the same with the skier, Arctic skier. I paid £36 for that. Now, you might go, well, don't bid on it because it's too cheap, because they go for like £150 upwards. But sometimes you've got to take the risk, and I'm not going to get one for £40 or talking and he says all 5 phrases. I know he's vintage because again, I do my research and I do my homework, and I've been collecting Action Men a long time. So it's not always a case of it's too cheap or too good of a bargain, don't buy it. My argument is, as long as it means something to you and you play with it or keep it, that's the most important thing. But it's a bit different if you want to resell it, because you have to be honest. But to me, I've got two talking really cracking Action Man there. I know, I don't know where they come from or what the people have done to it, but I know, I message the sellers, quiz them, talk about Action Men, what it meant to them. So, you get a bit of a, if it's a con, you kind of can see, because they don't really respond to you. So, yeah, there are bargains out there. And as I say, not all things are going to cost you like hundreds of pounds. So thank you for watching. I just thought I'd added that to the community, because it's quite a clicks community. Some people have got to buy a minting box and never play with. Well, I play with my toys. So yeah, keep hunting, and there are bargains out there. Thank you for watching.